Greetings. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, the Most High and the Son. Double honours to the elders of GMS who continue to preach the word of the Most High and His Son in sincerity, honesty, and in gladness of heart. And double honours and praises to all the brothers out there who are doing the work, whether they're out on the roads or behind the camera, wherever they may be, if they are truly, sincerely doing the word of the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all praises to you. So, today's lesson, or should I say today's session, we're going to talk about Esau, E-S-A-U, Esau, who is the forefather of the Edomites, who basically are the forefathers of the Caucasians, who the modern world calls white people, basically. So we're going to discuss Esau's beginning and Esau's end, according to the scriptures and his own words. Yeah? So we're going to go to Genesis. We're going to start at Genesis chapter 25. I know many of you know this story. Many of you have read this story yourself, or read this scripture yourself, should I say. Do all of you understand it? I have no idea. For those who don't, well, we're going to break it down for you right now. It's very simple and straightforward. And for those who do, it praises to you, brother. So we're going to go to Genesis chapter 25. We're going to start at verse 20. Yeah, because we're going to go to Esau's beginning. And we're going to run through some scriptures pertaining to Esau and his rivalry with Jacob, who's our forefather, the forefather of the Israelites, and basically how this all started. Yeah? So we're in Genesis chapter 25. I'm not going to give you no church version. I'm not going to give you no TV Hollywood version. We're going to give you the facts according to the scriptures and what the scriptures say. And then you can make up your own mind, because it's like the scripture says, it's up to every man to determine his salvation. Yeah, to work out his salvation. And it's up to every man to determine what he considers to be truth or not truth. And ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, if he decides to spiritually open your mind for you to get the true understanding of the scriptures, then all praises. But if he doesn't, then you'll always be lost and be following shepherds that are not looking to protect their flock or bring their flock through, but shepherds who are looking just to make the most out of their flock, what they can gain from them in terms of their own personal wealth and being and power and status. Yeah? So anyway, Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife. Yeah? The daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian, of Pandaram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. Yeah? And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife, because she was barren. And the Most High and Yahweh was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Most High. So she's got twins inside her, Rebekah, Isaac's wife. Yeah? And the twins that she's having in here, there's a struggle going on within her womb between these twins. Now, to many people, they say it could just be standard pregnancy pains. But this was an actual struggle going on within her womb. Because remember, Rebekah was barren. And Isaac beseeched the Most High with prayers. And he received a blessing. And Rebekah conceived. So, as anybody in that position probably would say, if it's a blessing from the Most High, why am I going through so much pain? So she's questioning what is going on, because right now she does not understand what is happening, because she's just been blessed with a child, with 2 children, but she doesn't know what's going on because there's so much pain going on within her womb that it's to the point where the 2 children, the 2 babies inside the womb, were physically struggling with each other. For what? For space, for whatever, so forth. But the struggle started within the womb. I just want you to understand is that for the scripture to mention that when Rebecca was pregnant, we'll read it again. Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. And his children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Most High. And the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So remember this. She went to inquire of what was happening within her. Yeah? Because she can physically feel the babies struggling and causing turmoil with each other, and she can see them moving, probably on the outside of her stomach. So she's gone into deep prayer. So when she says she's going to inquire of the Most High, she's gone into deep prayer. Because you just don't, there's no direct phone line she's going to pick up or whatever. She's gone into deep prayer. She's made a prayer, and the Most High has spoke to her in his prayer. Yeah? Or during her sleep, or during her prayer while she's praying to him. So she's gone to inquire of the Most High to say, look, why is this happening, basically? Verse 23. And the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So, everybody talks about equality, everyone's got to be equal rights, this, equal, that. From the beginning, there's always been an order. There's always been an order. Everyone has their place. Everyone serves their time and has their place. So, the Most High is the head of everything. Yeah? He's like your CEO. Then Yahweh Shai is his second in command. Or should I say, we put it a bit differently, say the Most High is the chairman, because he's going to appoint the CEO of the company. He's the chairman. And Yahweh Shai is CEO. And then he has his executives, his VPs and so forth. So there's always been order from the beginning. So when the scripture says, and the Lord and the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Straight away, that should ring a bell in you. For every preacher or so-called biblical scholar that's read these scriptures don't realize the significance of verse 23 in Genesis chapter 25, when the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So even though she's got twins, you know, but the Most High told her straight away, those twins are going to be the forefathers of 2 nations. So what does that mean? That means that they're going to be paternal twins. They're not going to be identical twins. They're going to be paternal twins. Paternal twins meaning same mother, same father, share the same womb, but they are 2 complete different people in their looks, in their mannerisms, who they are, how they go about things. The identification and the identity of the 2 children when they're born will now be completely separate from one another, even though they come from the same mother and father, same womb. Yeah? So the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Yeah? And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. So you must remember that. He said the elder will serve the younger. And one people will be stronger than the other people. Yeah? So when these children become adults and they plant seed and they have their own children that come from their own lines, they're going to be considered as two separate nations, because everything about those two people, those two children, and their offsprings are going to be two separate mannerisms in how they go about their whole life. Yeah? So you need to understand that when the scripture says that, there's a reason why the Most High is telling Rebecca this. Because what's going to happen from there is going to fulfill prophecies that went all through time. So going through, so you think Rebecca and Isaac going back to Abraham time, you're probably talking, we're going all the way back probably nearly 2000 BC. So probably 1800 BC we're talking. So from that point onwards, the prophecies that these children and their ancestors are going to fulfill, some was already been written on scripture, and some was to come on scripture. Yeah? But the Most High and Yahweh Shai already know the plans and what's going to happen from that day forward. Anyway, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, they were twins in her womb. And the first, right? The first is who? If you're the first child, you're the what? You're the elder child. So, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. So the first came out like a hairy garment. So if we go back to verse 23, what does it say? It says, and the Most High said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Yeah? Which means they are paternal twins. And the one people shall be stronger than the other. Yeah? So one of these people, naturally physically are going to be stronger than the other. And the elder shall serve the younger. So who was the first one? The first one that came out was red all over. He's the elder, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now, when a Caucasian child is born, when a white baby is born, when a European child is born, whatever you want to call them, because like I say, all these are labels that were given to people from Esau, from the white man. So, when a white child is born, what does he look like? He's red all over. All over. And the reason why it says like an hairy garment, yeah, is because they used to dye, either lamb's skin or sheep skin red, which they used to cover the tabernacle with. The covenant of the tabernacle that the Israelites use. They would use it to cover even their tents with, the top of their tents with. They would dye that garment red. So when the prophets, when Moses wrote this, and he says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, is comparing the child to something that they had in common use back then. So why was the child red all over? Because when a white Caucasian child is born, he is red all over. Why? Because his veins are all out on his skin. And from the pressure of the mother pushing the child out from her womb, the child is red all over. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. Like I say, do your own research. Go onto the internet, look at pictures of a Caucasian white child just being born at birth, and you will see that he is red all over. And even when he grows through his through his primary years and his teenage years and his adult years, they are what? They are different shades of red. White people, Caucasian people, in their natural form are different shades of red. Those that are not different shades of red are what? They are mixed in with who? With other nations, with people of nations of colour. So the Sicilians are spawned by who? The Sicilians are spawned by the Moors. What does Moor mean? Black. Yeah, Moreno. Yeah, so the Sicilians are Italians and their forefathers are Moors. Yeah, so they are, when you see them today,